All right, I want to play a little game called Choose Between Two. So I'm going to give you two options. You tell
Okay.
me which one you're going to choose, and you're going to give me the reasons why. So I try to cater this as best I could to your tastes and what you like and
Okay.
such. So here we go. Okay,
This
let's
could
go for
be
the first
interesting.
one. There's some hard ones, I think. But then again, I thought I'd throw out some curveballs to some people, and they just batter right out
Yeah,
the
right. Okay.
ballpark. So, all right, the first one: The Exorcist or The Shining?
Oh man, come on. I can't choose, man. Like, I think if you ask me on any given day, it'll be a different answer. I love The Exorcist. It's one of my all-time favorite films, as is The Shining. Kubrick was an absolute master, but The Exorcist is just, there's something about that. I'm beginning to learn about myself. There's something about that religious horror that actually does something for me in a way that a lot of other stuff doesn't. So maybe today I'll have to go with The Exorcist. Tomorrow it'll probably be a different answer.
Next one: Ridley Scott or Steven Spielberg?
I think on balance, ooh, probably Steven Spielberg. I think because Ridley for me, I have a rule with a bit of a mental rule for myself with directors where there's like a three film pass, right? They knock it out of
Mm.
the park three times. I'm there for whatever they put on the screen. Um, Ridley has got that, right? Like you probably don't even need to go past the 80s to be able to get three Ridley Scott films where you go, yeah, free pass, no worries. But I do find sometimes his films can be a bit hit or miss for me.
Mm.
Whereas I find while some Spielberg films are way better than others, I never have a bad time watching a Steven Spielberg film. Like it's beyond three film pass. It's like everything that guy ever does, I'm there for, and I've never come away going, oh, it wasn't, I enjoy everything he does. So I think that one's a little easier.
Free film pass. That's interesting. Okay. Um, okay, so this one is an interesting one because, opinions do vary on this one. Streaming or physical media?
Probably lean towards physical media. I do love a thing. I do love having a thing. I do love my wall of Blu-rays and discs and whatever in there. Um, the convenience of streaming is really hard to go by, and it's great to be able to, I remember on multiple occasions, times on a Friday night where you go, I want to watch this movie, like back in the 90s, and you're just kind of like, all
Mm.
right, let's go down to the video store and rent it, and it's out. You're like, okay, let's go to the next video store and rent it. You like do the tour of all of the video rental places in your area, and it's like out everywhere, and it's just really frustrating. Whereas now streaming alleviates a lot of that. You just kind of go, I feel like watching this. It's like between all of the streaming options, you could probably find 80 to 90% of what you could ever think of to want to watch. But there's also, especially with you and I having the taste that we do, there's always some really obscure stuff that,
Mm.
like Umbrella have just released that amazing new box set of Possession. Um,
Mm.
and it's an amazing film that for the longest time was almost impossible to find here in Australia. So you had to have your little physical copy if you wanted to actually watch a decent version of it. Otherwise, the alternatives weren't great. So physical media, I think, is going to, I think it's already coming back around. And I think
Oh
it's,
yeah.
yeah, I think it's definitely on the long, when you're playing the long game, absolutely.
I personally believe that Blu-ray and DVD are going to go the way of vinyl. I think there's a good chance that some of that, and I think a big reason why is because while there is a lot of option comes with a lot of price. And so when you have like three or four streaming things, all of a sudden you're spending like $60 a month, right? And you're
Mm.
just like, oh God, I don't know if I can, keep up with those costs, especially these days. I'd rather, have some like Blu-rays, and I still have all my Blu-rays and DVDs as well, so. And I'm the kind of nut that's got 3 different versions of The Exorcist, right, on Blu-ray. So
Yeah.
I go that way,
Same. I think for me, my record is. I think other than the laser disc, I think I've owned every box set version available of The Godfather over the years.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
still have about 4 of them. I think some of them have gone, but everything from VHS to the new 4K. So it's you get obsessive sometimes.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them too because I used to work in retail. So when these DVDs box sets used to come, first came out, they're really cool, like the steel box sets and that stuff. I
Yeah,
got a few.
right.
I even got the one where it's like the cigar box. Have you ever got that one, the cigar box with the gun on top of it? And you open up
Nice.
and the DVD
Yeah,
in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Very nice.
Okay, next one. So you're watching a movie. It's like say a genre movie, horror. Practical effects or CGI? What would you rather see on the screen?
I think I think some of my fondest memories are of films that have a lot of practical effects, and if done well, they work really, really well. So I'd probably lean towards that. However, um, CGI is a complicated area at the moment because there's a lot of films right now, especially that market this whole no CGI, no CGI, no CGI, no CGI, and it's just not the case, right? So
Mm,
and I think that's an injustice to the amount of a perfect example, a recent example, and I was just watching a series on this recently from oh god, I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel. I'll have to
is that a
work it out.
corridor crew?
They mention it, but the actual guy that they mention, he's got a 4-part series. The videos are about 20
Right.
minutes each, and I think the series is called No CGI. Is actually invisible
Okay.
CGI.
Okay.
Top Gun Maverick. Oh, we did everything for real. We shot everything for real. It's like there's 2,400 VFX shots and about 400
Mm,
VFX artists on that film. It's like
yeah.
I I kind of get it, but also those people all did incredible work because we can't tell that a lot of those shots are not like I think 50% of the jets in that film don't even exist. So,
Mm,
yes, they shot a lot of stuff for real, but all of those shots are still CGI. So, and I've always loved working with CGI for my projects. And a lot of the stuff that we've done has only ever been made possible because of clever visual effects. So, love to see the practical stuff, but the CGI is just it's just part of the the filmmaking toolkit these days. I don't think you can avoid it.
yeah, definitely.
That was a very
Last one.
long-winded answer for what should have been a very short short
No,
question.
no, long-winded's good. I love it. So last one. You're at the cinema. You're at the store. You're at the kiosk kind of thing. You
Yeah.
go for popcorn or candy. What's your go-to treat for watching movies?
If I have to choose one, it's absolutely popcorn, 100%. Like the no trip to the cinema is the same without that smell of the buttered popcorn and that salty burn on your lips from having eaten too much. But I do find that there's a really good balance to be had if you find the right combination of salty and sweet. That's the magic.
Mm. Thank you for watching the Matt's Movie Reviews channel. Please subscribe for more reviews, podcast interviews, and exclusive content.